I grew up navigating the frantic pace of New York City, earning a precarious living as a dedicated financial journalist, specializing in market trends and global investments. My only family was my younger brother, my silent anchor. My life was irreversibly altered when Mr. Damon Hayes entered it. He was the volatile, immensely powerful heir to Hayes Global Finance, a man whose word could crash entire economies and whose ruthless reputation was legendary. He wasn't just rich. He was a vortex of possessive charm who saw the sharp, analytical mind behind my articles, not the struggle of my early career. "This is my Damon, the brilliant, reckless lord of the financial markets," I would whisper to myself, clinging to the hope that his fierce, consuming focus was genuine love, not just another risky asset. He was my improbable savior, my complicated hero. Our bond was forged in the fire of his ambition. For 6 years, Damon's devotion was absolute, a magnificent, suffocating presence that sheltered me completely. He knew my greatest passion was economic theory, and to support this, he made a decision that cost his empire millions. He temporarily resigned from his CEO role and moved with me to Zurich, where I pursued a specialized quantitative economics degree. I fought against the guilt, knowing the immense corporate risk. "Damon, you can't risk the company. The stock is dropping, and the board is demanding your return." But his possessive loyalty was unyielding. "It doesn't matter, Evelyn. I would lose $750 million just to see you happy. Money is merely data. Your intellect is irreplaceable." He made his commitment public and undeniable, purchasing the entire front page of major financial newspapers for 700 consecutive days, publicly demanding my hand in marriage. The Hayes family was vehemently opposed to our union, viewing me as a catastrophic social and professional liability. Damon faced them with his usual brutality. "Damon is confined to the safe room again. Mr. Hayes, the family elders are revoking your trading access for another quarter," the staff would whisper, fueling my profound guilt. I tried to release him. "Tell them to end it. I don't need your name. Just let me stay with you, away from the chaos." But he was obsessed with making me his wife, his ultimate conquest. After a brutal, extended battle, he won. "Evelyn, they finally conceded. We are getting married," he roared, his voice thick with triumphant exhaustion. "I promised you a life where every market obeys you. It's yours now." I genuinely believed our happy ending was secured. The darkness consumed our story just 4 months ago with Vivian Rhodes, a sharp, ambitious forensic accountant who handled Hayes Global's internal audits. Vivian quickly became Damon's new, consuming obsession. The atmosphere in our home turned suffocatingly cold. "Darling, you're becoming emotional. You know I demand absolute cold logic," he'd say, the affection replaced by professional scrutiny. I tried to understand his new connection. "Damon, what was discussed with Vivian regarding the latest audit?" Vivian, the master manipulator, had staged a dramatic withdrawal, cutting off all professional ties to make Damon chase her. His paranoia centered instantly on me. "Damon, I swear I didn't interfere with Vivian." His face was cold, his mind closed. "You are questioning my choice of auditor, Evelyn." My younger brother, Caleb, was my one fragile lifeline. He suffered from severe hereditary hemophilia and chronic pain since childhood 8 years ago, requiring constant specialized medical monitoring and expensive therapeutic treatments. Damon had secured his exceptional care, a fact he now ruthlessly exploited. "Don't touch Caleb. He's all I have. Please, you must believe me. I never saw Vivian." His response was chillingly cruel. "Vivian's professional integrity is now my absolute priority." He gave me a chilling ultimatum, a countdown against my brother's fragile life. "Darling, 15 seconds remaining. You know Caleb's vital infusions will fail in 60 seconds without immediate manual override. You are my asset, Evelyn, and Vivian is my strategic defense," he stated, asserting his absolute ownership. "Confess what you told her to make her quit the audit." The injustice was a physical ache. Damon, I haven't seen her since the last board meeting. Why do you choose to believe her lies over my loyalty? His rage was absolute. My time is over. Caleb is at risk. 10, 9, 8, 7. Stop, I'll talk. I admitted the soul-crushing lie. I told her to respect our marriage and cease all contact. His reaction was pure dominance. You disobeyed my direct orders. Remember who controls Caleb's critical treatment. Vivian, the calculated analyst, played the victim perfectly. Mr. Hayes, Ms. Rhodes is highly distressed. She's doing pro bono work for victims of financial fraud, offering her expertise for free, his staff reported. Vivian, despite her documented history of emotional instability and impulsive professional abandonment, was, in Damon's eyes, the epitome of ethical integrity. The more she resisted him publicly, the more obsessed he became. Ms. Rhodes claims your wife harassed her at the legal clinic. She refuses to return to Hayes Global, the legal team warned, ensuring I was painted as the volatile, jealous wife. The final agonizing destruction of my spirit came with the loss of our child. Damon, the pain is overwhelming. Mr. Hayes, call a doctor, I screamed, the premature labor gripping me. Confine her to the high-security vault for a full 48 hours of silence. Yes, sir, he commanded, his voice utterly devoid of human kindness. The head of security, Mr. Peterson, pleaded with him. Mr. Hayes, she's hemorrhaging badly. She is losing the baby. Damon's response was definitive. How dare she get pregnant without my express authorization? Do not call emergency services. This child was an unauthorized complication. Leave her where she is. My final, desperate screams were swallowed by the soundproof walls. My baby, please don't let me bleed out. Save our child. The guards were impassive. Ma'am, Mr. Hayes's orders are final. You must remain confined. All I had ever wanted was a child, a legacy of our own. Now, he was sacrificing it for his ego. You locked your pregnant wife in this vault to die. The cold, agonizing silence that followed the loss was the epitaph of my love. Damon, the baby is gone. I don't want you. The baby is truly gone. Our marriage was utterly dead. The divorce and the public humiliation were swift. I apologized to Vivian under duress, and she accepted with triumphant malice. The divorce was finalized. $180 million in compensation, a massive, insulting payoff. My heart was a frozen wasteland. I don't want to love you anymore. My body began the slow, painful process of healing, but my mind was already focusing on the strategic, calculated precision required for my definitive escape. Damon, completely detached from the human wreckage he had caused, was entirely consumed with the public display of Vivian Rhodes. She was his new professional status symbol, his constant companion at every financial forum and corporate acquisition. Meet Vivian Rhodes, the brilliant forensic mind who ensures our security, he'd announce, his words a calculated dismissal of my analytical contributions. The media was predictably obsessed. How did Ms. Rhodes manage to anchor the volatile Hayes? He's obsessed with her strategic composure. They proclaimed her the superior intellect, the indispensable partner Damon had been seeking, effectively erasing me from the narrative of his success. Vivian, the ambitious analyst, demanded his attention relentlessly. Damon, look at this complex tax shelter I optimized. Revolutionary. And this asset recovery plan too, she'd boast. Damon's fixation was now centered on her emotional volatility, which he pathologically reframed as the fragile complexity of genius. He poured massive funds into specialized psychiatric teams, all to no avail. When the doctors couldn't offer a permanent cure, Damon's temper was terrifying. He threatened to induce the same emotional volatility in himself. I spent over $1 billion on this. You can't even stabilize a basic emotional disorder? You're all incompetent, he roared. Vivian, the master of calculated calm, would soothe him. Damon, please, it's my burden. You've done everything. If they can't cure your instability, I'll force myself to endure the same mood swings so we can be equally afflicted, he vowed, his possessiveness twisted into a shared, dark madness. I understood then that his love was terrifyingly generic and interchangeable. 8 years ago, when my brother Caleb was diagnosed, Damon had hired the world's best hematologists to stabilize him. But unlike Vivian, Caleb remained critically dependent on his treatments. I was finalizing my plan, determined to free both of us from the Hayes cage. "Caleb, I'm leaving. I can't take you with me, but I'll make sure you are safe, far from his sight." I had to accept that Damon was not my savior. He was the orchestrator of my destruction. "Just a few more hours, Caleb. Then we will both achieve absolute freedom." My plan for erasure was comprehensive and non-negotiable. I had secured a new identity and planned to vanish in less than 24 hours. I auctioned off every single gift, every rare economic text, and every translation device he had ever given me. "Transfer the deed for the Cayman Islands corporate shell back to Hayes Global immediately." I was meticulous. "Everything here belongs to Damon, and it all goes back. It's time to become completely untraceable." The small office where he proposed, surrounded by glowing market reports, was utterly meaningless. I burned a fragile, hand-drawn chart of a new economic theory I'd been developing. The one he once pretended was his greatest intellectual discovery. No point keeping these relics of a lie. The heavy gold watch he gave me, worn for 6 years, was the last item. It symbolized a lifetime of false devotion. Damon discovered my purge during the final minutes. "What are you burning?" "Nothing worth your attention," I lied, my voice steady. "Where is the ledger of the offshore accounts I gave you?" he demanded, the highly sensitive intellectual property he now wanted for Vivian. "Give it to Vivian. It's no longer my property." I agreed, the irony of returning his key to the kingdom palpable. "We're divorced. It's not mine to keep." I was leaving, and I needed my soul to be truly unburdened. Vivian, the final executioner, engineered a public, career-defining spectacle at a major financial ethics conference. "Damon treats you so well, showering you with awards. Don't be jealous. Soon I'll control all the investment patents you forfeited," she hissed. "Vivian, we are divorced. Why are you still here? Damon has no use for you now. Stop being pathetic." I walked away, but she pursued. "I'm leaving. Stop the pretense. You never returned that ledger." She claimed her final prize. "I took what belongs to me. Evelyn Rhodes, I won't let a discarded analyst ruin my forensic career." "What are you doing?" she shrieked, executing a flawless dive down a massive marble staircase. "She attacked me. She would rather destroy the ledger than give it to me. She threw herself down the stairs to frame me." She wept, the perfect victim. Damon, utterly convinced, only saw my jealousy. "Security, attend to Ms. Rhodes immediately. Vivian, my brilliant asset, I'll resolve this." He turned on me with cold fury. "Evelyn, why are you so predictable? I warned you not to challenge Vivian. Why can't you simply obey me?" My truth was instantly irrelevant. "She's lying. She injured herself," I insisted. "You always defy me. You won't admit your jealousy. Fine. You know the consequence. Family discipline." I reminded him of his own pain. "Damon, you chose the rod over abandoning me." He was punished severely by his family. "I will marry her, grandfather. I will never marry another woman," he had declared. Now he was the executioner. "Damon, what did I mean to you?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. He simply ordered me to apologize to Vivian. A former CFO offered the final cold wisdom. "Mr. Hayes needs total intellectual submission. If you want to stay, you must be his compliant asset." I understood the dynamic. Damon was a controlling, narcissistic patriarch. I was his puppet. Vivian was simply a more polished, current version of the compliant mind he demanded. The only thing left to do was leave the stage, permanently. If you followed Evelyn's devastating journey, Through the loss of her child, the fear for Caleb, and the constant crushing psychological warfare, you know this story is about the immense battle to save your soul from a love that tries to own you entirely. Her final, quiet decision to choose herself over his billions is the ultimate act of heroism. If Evelyn's resolve to walk away, leaving his fortune, and his madness behind, resonated with the quiet strength in you, please don't let this moment pass in silence. Stop scrolling, tap that like button, and hit subscribe to join our community of survivors. More importantly, I want to hear your voice in the comments. If you had to write a fictional ending for your own hardest chapter, what one character, like Vivian or Damon, would you erase completely to find peace? Let's connect through our stories and turn our pain into wisdom. Your honesty is what keeps this channel alive. Thanks sincerely. My departure was not an act of emotional desperation. It was a strategic withdrawal executed with the cold logic of a military planner. I spent 9 days finalizing the logistics. I had already secured the $180 million and immediately allocated the vast majority of it to a cutting-edge, specialized hematology center in remote Montana. My focus was entirely on my brother, Caleb. I established a permanent, fully funded trust for his continuous medical care, covering all his complex blood disorder and pain management needs. My instructions to the facility were absolute: a high-security, completely anonymous transfer, and verifiable secrecy from any and all entities connected to Hayes Global. With the funding secured and the transfer scheduled, I made my final clandestine trip to the Hayes compound. The moment I arrived, I was intercepted by Damon's brutal security detail. "Ms. Rhodes, Mr. Hayes has issued a new order. You are strictly forbidden from the medical wing." I knew instantly. Damon was moving to exploit Caleb's vulnerability. A desperate, terrified nurse managed to slip me a note. "They are trying to seize Caleb's specialized infusion pump. Your brother's life is at risk." Damon had sent Vivian's brother, a known mercenary, and a security detail to reclaim the proprietary life support machinery. "What are you doing?" "This is a patient care unit," I screamed, confronting the men. "My brother-in-law, Mr. Hayes, wants this equipment. It is his property. Get out of our way." Vivian's brother shouted, his face contorted with malice. "No, please. He'll bleed internally." I fought them, throwing my body against the complex machinery. I shoved Vivian's brother hard, sending him stumbling back against a stack of equipment. "You unstable maniac! You assaulted a family member. This equipment belongs to Damon. If you want revenge, go fight him," they snarled. The final, fatal blow was delivered. The infusion pump and life support were forcefully disconnected, causing immediate, catastrophic internal bleeding. "Damon, make them stop! Save my brother!" I screamed, the sound of my desperation swallowed by the sterile room. Doctors rushed in, but the damage was irreversible. The paralyzing shock of that moment was a cold, absolute silence that transcended all my previous trauma. "Caleb, my sweet brother, I should have protected you better. This is my fault. I regret every minute I wasted trying to be his wife," I whispered, holding his small, cold hand. "Caleb, I'm taking you home. We're going to be free." I quickly arranged the necessary documents for his cremation. His death was the final price paid for my absolute freedom. His suffering became the catalyst for my liberation. I arranged for a simple memorial for the life we would never share, but I carried his favorite, worn-out, leather-bound economic journal with me. "Caleb, I won't leave you. You were always my anchor. Now you'll travel with me." His passing meant Damon had no leverage left to control me. My final conversation with Damon was brief and terrifyingly calm. "Love, just be patient. Once I finish this hostile takeover, I'll make everything right," he purred, still convinced I was his trophy wife. He tried his last empty threat. "You need to be compliant, or your brother will suffer the consequences." My voice was a monotone of truth. "My brother is gone, Damon. You have nothing left to threaten me with. I have nothing to lose. His denial was explosive. "If you behave, no one will suffer. Where do you think you're going? You cannot leave me, Evelyn. You cannot exist without me." I played the role one last time. "You are right. I can't live without you. I'm just going to rest. I need to be beautiful for our upcoming anniversary." The escape plan was fully activated. "Ms. Rhodes, your liquid assets transfer is complete. Understood. Caleb, we are leaving." I booked a one-way flight to Country J. Flight QF 888 is now boarding at Gate 12. Last call for passengers. With my new identity and my brother's memory, I felt an exhilarating, terrible finality. "Caleb, be happy for me. I am no longer Damon Hayes' possession. I am free. Damon Hayes, may we never cross paths again." Damon, meanwhile, was preparing a massive, narcissistic spectacle for our 7th anniversary, convinced he could buy my forgiveness. "Mr. Hayes, the venue is ready. The rare financial texts are all in place," his staff confirmed. "Evelyn will be so moved, she'll run back to me," he declared. The discovery of my absence broke him completely. "Mrs. Hayes is not home, sir. All her financial accounts are closed." His world shattered. "She abandoned me. I was her entire life. Where could she possibly go?" He demanded immediate action. "Find her. I refuse to believe she'd abandon Caleb." The ultimate truth, delivered by his terrified chief of security, confirmed his ruin. "Mr. Hayes, all records are wiped clean. Your wife is gone. And sir, her brother, he passed away several days ago." Damon erupted in a terrifying, primal fury. "How could he die? I paid for the best care. Evelyn, you set me up. You think I won't find you? I will use every resource. I will track you down to the ends of the earth. Evelyn Rhodes, stop this pathetic pretense. If you won't come back, then stay gone forever." His desperate roar was the last sound of the prison I had escaped. Damon's sanity shattered completely, transforming his grief into a destructive, volatile force that threatened to take down Hayes' global finance. Vivian Rhodes, still clinging to her perceived power, approached the ruined CEO. "Damon, this is ridiculous. I'm here now. Why the tantrum about Evelyn?" she challenged, thinking she could regain control. His gaze was empty, focused on a distant internal horizon. "You were nothing more than a strategic distraction, Vivian. My approval gave you status. Without it, you are irrelevant data. You dare compare yourself to my wife?" Faced with his sudden, devastating cruelty, Vivian threatened to resign, but he seized her with cold control. "You are my asset in this game, Vivian. You will fulfill your contract, or you will fail publicly." His desperate hunt for me began with a terrifying, absolute retaliation. "Mr. Hayes, the investigation is final. Mrs. Hayes liquidated all assets, including the offshore accounts, and completely disappeared off-grid. She wants to be gone forever," his chief investigator reported. Damon's first act was vengeance. "Arrest Vivian Rhodes' entire family. Evelyn, I will avenge you." He tracked down the lawyer who handled Caleb's trust. "Where is the lawyer? Tell me." "Evelyn left a massive fund for Caleb's care. Name your price." Damon's cruelty against Vivian was public and relentless. He had her entire family imprisoned and subjected her to the same psychological abuse I had suffered, including forcing her into public humiliations and targeted stress. "You caused Evelyn's breakdown and the loss of my child. Now pay the price." I did. He then orchestrated the financial ruin of her father and commanded his staff to subject Vivian to intense, targeted stress, including simulated bankruptcy, until I returned or she broke. Listen closely. This is only the beginning. I must repay the debt of pain I owe Evelyn. Meanwhile, I was quietly building my new life in Country J, a large, secluded Asian city known for its vast financial markets and academic research, completely anonymous. I had adopted the identity Anna Solis. Damon knows my old patterns. This anonymity is my only safety. The past is finally starting to recede, I reflected, finding a deep, restorative peace in my chosen obscurity. I kept only a single, heavily annotated printout of my economic theory, the tangible proof of my true purpose. My first true connection was with Dr. Kenji Sato, a kind, brilliant behavioral economist. "Hello, I'm Dr. Sato, your neighbor. Your work on market prediction is truly groundbreaking. It shows real foresight." I was guarded. "I'm new here, Dr. Sato. I prefer a low profile." Damon's obsession, however, knew no boundaries. He was eventually released from custody after his estranged uncle, who had always opposed Damon's cruelty, intervened. Damon's immediate action was to eliminate his internal enemies. "You will spend the rest of your life watching Hayes Global dominate the market. Evelyn, I am coming for you. I know you still love me. I will bring you home." His corporate revenge was swift and absolute, recovering all the company's financial losses in 4 days and proving his terrifying power was fully intact. Damon finally located me through the government official who changed my identity. Her new identity is Anna Solis. Find her. He arrived in Country J, tracking me to my small, quiet apartment overlooking the financial district. He found me running complex economic models. "Sweetheart, I'm here to take you home. Anna, you are my ex-wife." I introduced him to Dr. Sato. "Damon, we are finished. Please, leave." He was desperate, seeing the genuine, peaceful connection between Dr. Sato and me. "I can explain everything. Vivian was just a tactical maneuver. We can try for a family now. I only love you." I stared at him, my heart cold and immovable. "I don't love you anymore. You can control the global market, but my heart is no longer yours." He saw the absolute, terrifying truth of my rejection. He left, the man who once commanded my total devotion now defeated by my simple, profound freedom. I continued to build my new life, meticulously removing the possibility of his shadow ever touching me again. Dr. Kenji Sato became my trusted colleague and friend. "Anna, your new project on ethical market models is exceptional. You should present it at the upcoming International Economic Summit," he encouraged, his support purely based on my intellectual talent. His gentle encouragement was everything Damon's demands were not. Damon, however, refused to accept defeat. He bought the entire research facility next door, sending daily gifts and rare financial manuscripts, desperately trying to recreate the early magic of our relationship. "Little analyst, I brought you a signed copy of an Adam Smith text. We are neighbors now. I'll bring you treasures every day." I remained completely unmoved. "Damon, stop wasting your time. Your gifts mean nothing. I stopped loving you a long time ago. On what would have been our 8th anniversary, I ended the charade forever. Damon, you can come in. This is the last time." I gave him my 3 impossible demands. I wish my brother were healthy and whole. I wish my child were safe in my arms. I wish for all the cruelty to be erased. We are done. My only wish is that you vanish from my life forever." He was devastated, clinging to the only token he saw as proof of my continued devotion. "You're lying! You still have that old economic theory printout? You still care!" I placed the rare printout into the cold furnace. "It means nothing. It's obsolete, and I'm discarding the past." A few days later, Mr. Peterson found me. "Ms. Solis, Mr. Hayes suffered a catastrophic, near-fatal accident. He's in a coma, calling your name. For the 6 years you shared, please, go see him." My resolve was absolute. I am not Mrs. Hayes. I will not give him false hope. His fate is his own. Damon, upon briefly regaining consciousness, received the final, devastating intelligence. His uncle and Vivian had orchestrated the latest accident and financial scheme to seize control. Damon, in his final conscious act, signed his last will, transferring all his assets to me. "Peterson, all my wealth goes to Evelyn Rhodes now." He then discharged himself from the hospital, beginning a solitary, desperate journey to retrace our past. searching for the innocent love he had destroyed. He was found lifeless at the base of a secluded mountain monastery, overlooking the market, while retrieving a rare antique economic text we once studied together. Mr. Peterson delivered the final news and a small, worn, gold-plated pen. Mr. Hayes passed away. He left everything to you. He wished for you to create a foundation for ethical finance and economic transparency. In your name. My final words were whispered to the quiet air, the words of a survivor who finally won. I will honor the foundation's purpose. Rest in peace. May we never cross paths again. My peace was complete, secured by the terrible final price of the man who had loved me, tormented me, and ultimately died trying to buy back the love he had thrown away.